I'm really excited to tell you about this. This is a great way to end off day one here in Valladolid. So I was researching what to do in Valladolid when I was at home in Toronto the other day, and I ran across this bag. So I'm like, what is this bag? Dutzi. It just so happened coincidentally that I ran into someone that just happened to know Ariane Dutzi herself. So here we are at Dutzi, right here in her workshop. I love the story behind your pieces. What can you tell everyone in Toronto, Canada, and the world about your product?
Well, first of all, thanks for coming by. It was great that I meet you, run into you today. What I wanted to say about Dutzi Design is I started in 2009, and I was a former fashion editor in Paris, New York, and then I got my midlife crisis. And I love fashion magazines, I love fashion, but I wanted to do something more fulfilling, more lasting. So I wanted to give, I had a great life, I still have a great life, but I wanted to give something back to society. So that's when I quit actually New York and discovered the Yucatan. And like you, I discovered Valladolid, which I found absolutely charming. And mostly I found the Mayan people and their craftsmanship. So my passion always in fashion since a little girl, and you can see it in my little tags. So I always loved accessories more than clothing. So that's why I came up with the idea to do some bags. But I didn't want to do just any kind of bag. So I wanted to do something more eco-friendly.
Right.
So that's my big passion is burlap. So I can create burlap from very casual to super elegant. And then after I found the materials and the craftsmanship, I started my workshop to work mainly with Mayan women. And now I have also the women, their husbands working with them. So to give back to society. Because
create jobs.
Create jobs.
Right.
And help the women not only to create jobs, but also to empower them. So they're their own bosses. So they can work from home. They can come to the workshop whenever they need to pick up the material. We provide them with the whole material. I just do all the designs. I even create each bag, so to make sure they're all unique. That's another point which was very important for me. And then they can go home and do it from home to take care of their children and husband and home, but at the same time create jobs and work. So for me, these three components, being eco-friendly, giving back to the society, and create beauty, that was the idea. And I'm very happy that you coming by and showing it and spreading the word.
Well, that's the story that drew me to your product, actually, was that I had read that online just randomly by coincidence. Had Googled what to do, and then there you were in your original story. And the first thing that I had said to our tour guide is, have you heard of this? Where is it? And they're like, oh, I'm not sure. And I didn't even think anything of it until just then. So it's coincidence completely. But I understand that you've had some success even more so, like in the last week from me reading about your product. You've actually got quite a bit of attention from the fashion world already.
Yes, I was very surprised because I went this summer to New York because, as I said, I moved from New York to the Yucatan. So I wanted to visit New York, and then people just saw the bag I'm wearing and asking me, that's a cool bag, where did you buy it? I mean, that's the best compliment for a designer, right? I mean, they don't know I'm the designer. And so one thing led to another, and Donna Karen saw my bags and loved them, and so offered me to do two shows in the Hamptons in her store, and it was a huge success. So now she's going to carry my line in all her stores in Sag Harbor, New York, and West Hollywood, where she's going to open the store in October. And from there we got to Anna Wintour, and just the other day I got a phone call, and hardly, because you know the connection with the cell phone, it's not so good, and I couldn't hear the word, and said, excuse me, who is calling? And I said, oh, Anna Wintour's office. I said, oh, okay, yes, we need your address because Anna is going to write you a letter, and we need to know where to send it to. And just sort of like, it's another circumstances. Just 2 days ago, I got a FedEx with a little note from Anna Wintour herself.
Oh my goodness.
Writing me a little note how wonderful the bag is and how much she likes it. So of course, you know, my heart was pounding. I never expected something like that.
It must be so exciting. I mean, from attention from London, from Paris, from New York.
Even Greece, Japan.
All over.
We had now our first shipment to Australia. So we're going to, it's our first season in Australia, so it's very, very exciting, and I hope soon in Canada would be great, and a lot of Hollywood stars are going to carry it, and some people already were photographed with the bags yes.
I love them. I think they're fantastic. I honestly couldn't choose from one style. Just the evening bags, the satchels, the hobo bag, and I even see your prototype working on something a little bit more furry, which is on trend for sure for our fashion industry.
Yeah, exactly, because that would be our next line, because the burlap a lot of people like, but they think maybe middle in the winter it's not something they want to wear. Or so we are working on our first line for the winter, so that people can carry the bags in the stores all year round, and customers even, you know, in northern climates, which is a little colder. So we have something really, because people really, I get more and more emails saying, I love your bag, but what I'm going to do for winter. So that's great.
Well, not only that, it's just besides the fashion industry, I mean, you have the whole ecologically responsibly theme behind your things, and for some of your like satchel bags, I mean, they're great for picking up stuff at the shop or bringing a bottle of wine to a friend's for dinner or something. Like, there's so many uses for your bag, and just the story behind it with creating the jobs for the women and being ecologically responsible. I mean, it's just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's also the whole idea, because everything actually in my life came together. So all I'm German originally. I was born and raised in Germany. So I grew up in the countryside. That's why I have the big passion for burlap, because I think it's a material which gets me close to the countryside. And I think a lot of people, which I realized from every level of the society, it always connects people, you know, because the smell, the feeling of it and things like that. We feel like getting back to nature. So that's the ecological part of it. And then I think, you know, my 13 years in Paris, you know, the Parisians, whatever they do, and even if they're funky, they still put a bit of elegance to it.
Yeah, I love it.
Right? And New York, it's definitely the urbanism. What you were saying, the big ones where you because you have a busy lifestyle. You walk out in the morning and you don't know, you come back in the middle of the night, and you have to be, as a woman, you have to be ready for your work day, for your appointments, for your cocktail, your art opening. So you can actually, in the big one, you put everything in, including the clutches where you use for the evening if you go out for your art opening or for your restaurant or something like that.
It just seems so much that the fashion industry would be so ready to get behind something that's ecologically responsible, because they want beautiful things, but they don't want it at the expense to the environment or to exploiting persons for, you know, underpaying or, you know, for whatever reason. So, I mean, this is something I would say, even dare say, fair trade fashion. And you know what? It's only going to take one fashionista to show up or be photographed with your product. And folks, you'll be visiting Valladolid for the reason of being the birthplace of Dutzi Bags. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good
Thanks
luck.
for coming.
I'm so happy for
I'm very excited. Thank you so much.
Don't forget to stop by Dutzi when you're in Valladolid.
To learn more about iTravel 2000's Yucatan Peninsula Tour, be sure and watch all 6 of our videos and visit the Mexico Superstore at iTravel2000.com. And if you love travel and want to stay on top of all the best travel deals out there, follow me, Jonathan Carroll, and the iTravel team on Twitter.